What's up, Fire Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Babe and our boy Raul, the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast on either side of the Mississippi. Episode 13. I almost messed up too. 13.
Yeah.
13.
Joakim Noah.
Hey. Shout out to Joakim Noah. Fellas, how we doing today? Wellness check.
I am very tired.
Yeah.
Been cutting grass all week.
Oh my! I've been
okay.
baking in the sun.
I'm actually dark skinned.
Damn.
First time in my life.
Welcome to the club. How you feeling, Zoo?
I'm doing amazing.
How was the festivities that you had us wait an extra 3 hours for you for? How's everything going?
It was good. It was fun.
It was good. All right, man.
Good time.
See you in the fresh White Sox South Side.
Yeah.
I said I'm not even from the South Side. I low key want a jersey. That jersey clean. I
just don't like the South Side. I wish, you know how the Shy is on the hat?
Yeah.
I wish that would have just been on the uniform. Like the Shy instead of the White Sox.
Air your pride. You know how that goes.
South Side. Yeah. I'm going to start my own baseball team.
just for the West Side?
The Woodside.
The Woodside. I'm going to start an AAU
Woodside.
team. Just say Woodside on it. But we got a fun episode today. A lot of opinions, a lot of back and forth. I think you guys will enjoy this hour.
Calling this the Raul gets canceled episode.
I think you guys will enjoy this episode of banter. But what is first on the docket, G-Baby, that we are selling for how much, my friend?
We are selling for a special Saturday the 13th. Ooh, spooky special. Regular price, $120.37.
Ooh.
Conjuring came out. Let's
go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to check that out alone.
Y'all can keep them possessions.
I don't know. I still might if I'm bored one day.
If you bored with all the lights on.
I'm going to have to run, bitch, run. He going to kill you.
Oh, God. What we got first?
All right, we kick it off with a tweet of the week you told us about.
Week. All right, so let me go ahead and pull it up real quick.
Twitter.
Twitter. Then
Follow
Twitter.
us on Twitter.
We do gotta make a Twitter. But you can follow each of us individually.
Wait till we get the Twitter friendly fire before you start following.
Yeah. So basically, what happened? It's funny because this was actually a screenshot from Facebook. But this young lady said, and I'm going to read verbatim: PSA: do not invite me to housewarming parties, wedding showers, baby showers, etc. if you don't include me on cookouts, coffee breaks, movie outings, ladies' nights, and or gatherings. It is so offensive to think someone wants to dish out money on your life's milestones without actually including them in any of your life's progressions. Thank you. Carry on. Opinion.
I could see where that makes sense, but I could also see where it doesn't make sense. Like if it's like a wedding, and I'm inviting you to my wedding, I'm inviting people I don't even know half the time. I'm inviting as many people as
you
I
gotta
know
slide.
because it's a celebration.
Right.
But if it's like a cookout, it depends. If I'm doing a big cookout, then and I don't invite you, then you could feel the way. Like if there's more than 10 people and I don't invite you, then all right, maybe you could feel the way. But if I'm doing a cookout and there's it's like me and like 5 other people, 5 of my homies, and like they're girls, then like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you're being sensitive.
You're being real sensitive, and
But
it's like circumstantial too, because like it's different if I'm like, oh, I didn't invite Rico or Zoo.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, if I invite you and you live in California to my wedding, I don't expect you to hop on a plane to go on a coffee break with me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Facts.
like, it's very circumstantial. I get it if we're next door neighbors and you see me cooking and I'm just, what you doing? Nothing much. You know, just not
all right,
that.
go about your day.
Yeah, peace. You know, but like if you get a seat at my wedding, like I can't get the entire guest list at a wedding. So if you got a seat at that wedding, like be grateful.
Yeah.
And at a wedding, we're paying for you.
Right.
Like,
You just have to show up.
But sometimes
RSVP.
they get those registries. Oh, you need to go to Target and get me this 5 bread toaster.
But you pay for that.
I mean, but those are optional.
Yeah.
And you could choose.
Like you don't need 5 slots for toast.
I get it. But
you just need.
You're being greedy at that point.
You're right.
I definitely get both sides of the argument because there are certain people, and we all know those types. Is like when it's something that you should quote unquote be dishing money out to the person whoever's celebrating for, then it's like, oh yeah, you should slide to this, you should slide to that. But if it's just like, hey, we having a gathering, you don't hear from them at all.
Yeah.
And so it's like I can see both sides of the argument. I can see, from the other person's perspective where it's like, well, like you said with the wedding, it's like, yeah, I'm inviting you, and you don't necessarily have to give me anything. You just got to show up. Like, just let me know if you're coming or not. But at the same time, like, because even you were saying, when it comes to like my wedding, and I this is my decision. Like, I'm not just gonna be inviting somebody I ain't spoke to in 5 years. Even if we do talk all the time on the internet.
Yeah.
If we not like,
if I haven't seen
like,
you,
if I haven't seen you, it's no love. It's just like it don't make any sense. It's awkward. I don't want to be saying how you been. I ain't seen you in forever at my wedding. You feel me? Like,
I relate to the Mexican weddings where they invite everybody and their mom.
That's
people
true.
they don't know.
Y'all be coming from Mexico.
People,
like,
but that's a wedding. Like that's. Like, oh my God. Like, people be mad when you don't get invited to a wedding.
True.
A couple of years ago, my cousin invited us to her quinceañera. This was like 2 years ago. And I hadn't seen my cousin since she was like 3 years old. And she invited us like to the quinceañera. And we all went out. And it's like, oh, like they don't even know us really. And
I think a lot of that also comes down to culture, though. That's because like a quinceañera is like, it's that.
It's
like
basically
your wedding. It's like. So it's like that's one of the biggest moments in your life, and it's like because y'all got the same last name, I gotta invite you type of deal. Whereas with me, the way I see it is like it's not that I got homies that I've grown up with, that we in the same neighborhood, college shit. We all kind of went our separate ways. I got love for them. I look out for them if they need me, but it's like I don't feel like I need to necessarily invite you to the wedding because it's like we ain't kicked it. It's not. It's not all like you went turn fake. No, niggas just grew up and kind of grew apart.
It's like you want to be comfortable around the people. Like you don't want your 6th grade crush to be there or your 6th grade homie and you ain't seen them since 6th grade.
Like I want people that have seen me act a fool at parties be there with me. You feel me?
I'm telling jokes that people from 5 years know that they know what this means. I'm not trying to reintroduce the wheel to you.
So back what happened back in, we stopped talking 7 years ago. So 6 years ago, this is what happened.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to like the farthest I want to hear back is, damn, it's been a couple months or maybe a couple years. I don't want to be, damn, man, I ain't seen you since 7th grade.
Now, you hit puberty? Wow, that's crazy.
What you do in high school? Like, I'm almost 10 years out of high school. That shit doesn't matter anymore at all. At all. If I haven't talked to you since, I mean, it's still love there, but don't expect shit.
Yeah, leave an opinion what you guys think. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Like I said, I see both sides of the argument. I do see that. Don't be just hitting me up when you want me to buy something for you or your baby, like with baby showers and stuff like that. Like the babies, that's kind of shiesty.
That is
you haven't found a reason to talk to me at any specific time, but all of a sudden I'm getting a Facebook invite to your baby shower.
Yeah, the baby shower.
Come on now.
But then it's like, I had to learn this with my group of friends. It's like in them heat of the moment thing.
You see his name, you gotta.
It's like, but then you be like, I'm not going through my phone book every time I want to have a damn cup of coffee. You see what I'm saying? If I'm in a group chat, I'm hitting Dunkin'. If I'm not finna, what the hell is my gym teacher doing? Come out to no, like if I'm having a cookout.
And plus, it goes both ways. Remember everything. Everything goes both ways.
Exactly.
Like,
so if I had invited you guys coffee, why haven't you invited me?
It's like it's also like both of y'all got a phone. Both of y'all could have hit each other up.
And then it's always like it's a lot of my friends be like, oh, thanks for the invite. Damn, I forgot. Slide. Then if you be no, I'm good. I can't. Then I still offer the invite. But you know what I'm saying? If I put it on Facebook in the group chat and you don't see it, I mean, that's on you.
So it's like I said, a lot of times it's just people that fell apart. Folks got different schedules. Like I know I got invited to, it was a while ago, one of my homeboys' baby shower, and it's just like schedules just conflicted. I hit them up like, hey, I ain't gonna be able to make it, but if you need something, let me know. I just won't be able to make it type of deal. So it all it all varies. But I'm curious. Fire Nation, let us know what you guys think about that. Is it okay to be inviting people to stuff if you don't invite them to like mutual situations? Like, is it okay to invite them for something that's just for you, or I guess the reverse, for them to invite you to something that's just for them, where you're expected to either give them a gift or some money for their baby or something like that? Let us know what y'all think. What we got next on the docket?
So since that, we can go into Raul gets canceled.
All right. So for which topic?
At the top of the...
which topic are you trying to get canceled on?
It don't matter.
Okay, so
you guys can choose.
You want to speak on the athletes in the media first?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so I'll introduce the topic.
Jackie Robinson.
Here you go. I'll introduce the topic. So for most of you guys who don't know, tennis superstar Naomi Osaka recently withdrew from the French Open, citing mental health as to why she felt that she needed to take a step back from tennis. Before she took this step back, she declined to go to a French Open press after she won, and she was fined, I think, like $15,000 for it. And basically, folks were saying, like, why aren't you going this, that, and third? And she essentially initially said mental health, and then also said they asked the same monotonous questions after every match, and it's getting to the point where it was feeling overwhelming. I was like, okay, cool. I'm when it comes to black folks and mental health, I'm always take their side as long as I don't feel like they BSing. And then Zoo was like, she is soft for citing mental health as to why she didn't want to go.
Black people got too many feelings.
Yeah, she was like, black people, you guys don't think about mental health. What is this new age stuff?
I'd say that.
Negroes and mental health. You guys make me sick.
What is it now, Kyrie? Damn, your water ain't room temperature.
So yeah, that's how Zoo felt.
So my stance.
Go ahead.
Stand. When you sign up to be a tennis player or an athlete or like an actor, you know you're gonna have to do with interviews. Mm-hmm. Like Rico, he's an aspiring actor.
Yes, I am.
Check out coming soon.
Final summer
coming next summer.
He knows
he's in the credits.
He knows he's gonna have to do. He knows he's gonna have to do interviews. He has to do rollout. He has to do all that. He has to go morning talk shows, late night talk shows, radio interviews, and he knows that comes with the territory. Yeah. Athletes know the post game interview comes with the pregame, the postgame, the
halftime sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes the halftime right before you go into the half. Those interviews are coming. Mm-hmm. Like, it's nothing new. It's been this way for decades.
Yeah.
So that's my only gripe, that I feel like she was using her mental health to try to scurry out of it. So she doesn't have to do it.
I mean, if you're a top 3 anything in the world, you're probably going to have to deal with some sort of presser question.
Serena's been going through it. And like, if anything, if Serena was the one who said, hey, I don't want to do this, I'd understand hers, because she's been attacked like racially. She's been attacked like
for femininity.
when people are like, oh, she has to get drug tested because she's probably taking steroids. She's like manly. And like all that. So I would understand her. Naomi, everybody fucking loves Naomi. I've heard not one bad thing about that chick.
The biggest thing with the whole thing with Naomi is that you guys got to remember how she got into the spotlight. She got into the spotlight by knocking out Serena Williams. And there was a big hoopla around that match specifically, because that's when they really started getting into the, oh, well, Serena is a sore loser. And then I think it was some French or Australian newspaper wrote her as like some big, bulky, angry black woman. So it's like, without even meaning to, your name is always going to be attached to that. Even though you won, and even though people's like, oh, okay, it's like the pass under the guard. Your name is always going to be attached to one of the worst moments for like sports, like media, in regards to how they treated Serena. So she's already not like a super like outgoing person. They kind of thrust her into the spotlight.
She's
but
dating Corday. I mean, there's gonna be cameras on him too.
I mean,
everywhere.
But at the same time, it's like there's certain spots because I mean, a lot of times there are spots where celebrities have like gotten into their private like nomad type moments. But the issue with that is that's when they're usually not doing anything. Yeah. So it's kind of like you're actively going, so you can't completely be out the spotlight. Yeah. My biggest thing, and I understand what you're talking about. I don't like the thought that she's using mental health as like a scapegoat, because I've learned to like, everybody's situation is different. The way everybody responds to something, it would be different from how Jackie Robinson would have responded, or how
it's a different era,
or how Kobe. It's a different era, and now black folks are actually like, oh, my mind has things going on in it that I need to recognize. And the fact that people are now starting to realize it.
Like, you're not going to just push my feelings to the side.
And then you got people in the 40s, in their 40s, 50s, and 60s like, oh, well, no, that's not how Babe Ruth would have done it. Yeah. It's like, no, like you can't keep comparing eras when first of all, it's completely different money involved, and then it's completely different people and completely different upbringings.
Because technically we weren't considered full people until about 70 years ago.
So it's just, it's one of those things. I think my biggest thing, and this isn't to come at him necessarily, but because I'm not mad at him, but it's a question I got for you guys. So Stephen A. Smith, he gave his opinion on it. He was like, basically, it's a lot of what you were saying. He was saying like, okay, I understand. You ain't feeling it? Fine. You did the right thing by pulling out whatever. But, like you said, this is what you signed up for voluntarily to be hold on. To be an athlete, to be a star. This is what you asked for without necessarily asking for it. Because once you decided you wanted to play tennis, you basically decided that these questions you were okay with. My thing is this. This isn't necessarily a knock at him, but it almost sounds like sports media is whining. Because if you are realistic, if everybody in sports, especially everybody that actually mattered in sports, was like, F the interviews, F the press, I'm a hoop and I'm gonna go home.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm gonna do whatever and I'm gonna go home. Sports media would be in shambles.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like y'all can't do too much talking about how people decide to react.
Sports media started.
That's weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Sports media started basically because there was no Twitter, there was no Facebook, so like regular people like us couldn't reach out to Michael Jordan or Kobe and people like that. So that's why sports media. They were asking the questions we wanted to know specifically. Now I could see a little bit more like you got Twitter, so they could interact with you and shit like that. So I can see where sports media is getting pushed to the side a little bit.
I think honestly they scared about that.
But like the thing is, like you said, or like I said, you kind of signed up for it.
Yeah.
If the part where I was gonna interject a little bit earlier, the part I did agree with Naomi is that she pulled out completely.
Yeah.
Like not retirement, but like a
this
mini,
specific match. Yeah.
Yeah. So like she's backing out gracefully without competing and then be like, oh no, I'm not doing it. The thing where I had like a problem with like Kyrie was that he was kind of when he said there's bigger things than basketball right now. Like, all right, then fucking retire real quick. Like, don't, because you're making the millions. You're still getting paid. But if you really feel like there's bigger things than basketball right now, then just fucking retire real quick and don't get the money. But no, he's having his cake and he's eating it too. That's type fair. Thing. Or like I don't know if you remember on the Bucks, Larry Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what happened with him?
Remember he retired because of his mental health. He didn't like flying.
Ah, okay. He got anxiety.
Yeah, he would get anxiety. So he just completely retired. And he was good. He was like, he didn't get Defensive Player of the Year, but he was like in a conversation like at least a year or two before that happened. Yeah. So it wasn't like he was a scrub already. He was like up there. And that kind of fucked up the Bucks for a couple years too, because he was like one of their bigger draft picks at that time.
I think, the biggest thing at this point is that there has to be a better – it's weird to say, but there has to be a better conversation between sports and the media.
Yeah.
Because athletes have always complained about the fact that you guys wait 3 seconds till after the game is over, in the middle of a game, and they want some eloquent response to whatever you're saying. Then you ask the same questions every other. Is this a must-win game? I'm in the game to win. It's like, bro, how many more times do you want me to do?
That is true.
It's two people doing their jobs, though.
True.
You see
but
what
it's
I'm
like at the same time, it's like, how have you guys not been able to? The game has evolved. Why haven't the questions evolved? Why haven't?
I do agree on that.
The style of interviewing evolved to where it's like.
I mean, but how far can you evolve the same question?
I get it.
And you got your ass bust. How you feel?
Yeah, like the media could give you like, let's say an hour after the game. Yeah, because they do interview them like they're still on the court half the time or on the
sweating,
field.
they dripping and everything.
And I feel like they do that obviously because sometimes they'll respond with like an emotional. Like I'm thinking right now, like they said. Or like the Richard Sherman, like when Cam Newton lost the Super Bowl, he just walked off. Yeah. So I could get like, all right, give me a break. I love this game, and obviously I'm emotional. So the other one also
13.
Saturday the 13th. But yeah, so like I'm emotional. Give me a shot. Like give me a second. Give me an hour at least to gather my thoughts, or maybe like cry in the back. Like, cause like I don't like interviews in the locker room. I don't like those. Like
it's too personal.
The locker room, everyone's half naked, and two, or fully naked. Because I remember not to deviate, but the Christine Leahy, the chick that got in a beef with LeVar Ball.
Oh yeah.
And LeVar Ball made that. I remember she was complaining about being in locker rooms post game, and that like she would see other players' dicks. And I'm like, you're in the fucking locker room. They just got out of the shower.
What did you expect?
Like 20 minutes ago, they got out of the fucking game. They're fucking showering. Like, what do you want them to do? And she's like, oh, it's because they're doing it on purpose. Like, all right, then, bitch. Like, they wait for the post interview. I don't know. I don't like using that word. But sorry. I kind of, whatever.
But yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna turn this light back.
It's a word.
So it's like, I mean, it's like such a gray area where I do agree that they should come up with better questions, give the players an hour. Hell, maybe even 2 hours to fucking. I know sometimes they gotta catch flights and shit, so maybe an hour just to like gather their thoughts and be good. But I also don't like the thing where the players like to have their cake and eat it too. Yeah. Like with the Kyrie thing, like with Marshawn, I didn't have a problem. I'm just here to get fined. Or the Westbrook, where Westbrook was just like next question. Like, I don't mind that because you're still doing it and you're finding a loophole. Like fuck it, you found the loophole. Go ahead and do it. But to use like mental health to be like, I don't want to do this, and then she saw it didn't work, and then she fully backed out. All right, I respect that you backed out. You should have just did
it the first time.
But see, I don't think it's one of those like where it didn't work, but she realized that it gets to a point where it's like it's not worth losing money. It's like I don't think it, because that's the biggest thing, because now what's about to happen is that people aren't going to start taking mental health seriously. Yeah. And that's my problem. It's like
you're abusing it.
I don't think she's abusing it though.
Well, I'm just saying, like, not just her, but people are crying wolf so much.
Because like if you remember, not to deviate from sports as much, but remember when Chance dropped the Big Day? Yeah. And like nobody fucking, I'm not gonna say nobody liked it, but the majority of people liked it. Yeah. And he went on Twitter like a week later saying, "Oh, you guys want me to kill myself? You guys are mean." And like I get people are telling, some people take it over the line where they're like, "Oh, for sure," they'll shit on his wife and shit. Sure, like, all right, leave his wife out of it. If you don't like the song, just tell him you didn't like it. But he started talking about like, "Oh, you guys want me to kill me? I might kill myself." And like, now you're like, "All right, dog. Like it's not like, I know it's your craft." But it was, for the most part, it was constructive criticism. People just telling you, we don't want to hear this type. Yeah. And we know, a lot of people were like, we know you can do better because you dropped Acid Rap, you dropped Coloring Book, you dropped 10 Day, and everybody was fucking with those. Yeah. So it's just one bad album. Like, relax. Don't come on here saying I want to kill myself, because now you're making us feel shitty. Yeah. And now we're like, damn, this is
for having an opinion type of deal. So mental health is a very like fickle creature, because it's a very, super fine line. Because you can't just up and say, oh, you're doing this, because it's like at the end of the day, these are still real people. Yeah, I mean, they're real people. They're having I'm not one to say, oh, you didn't have a panic attack. I can't say that. I'm not in his or her shoes. And at the same time, you would hope that people aren't abusing the term mental health for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
But it's almost like the black card now. You can throw that out anytime shit's not going your way. Oh, my mental health.
And I guess, like, maybe us, or at least me, I can't understand it as much because of, like, I get fucking anxiety at work. I get pissed. Today was stressful as shit. Was busy as fuck. The person who was supposed to help me called off. Mm-hmm. It would just be by myself with like over 200 orders and shit. Mm-hmm. And it gets stressful, and I'm getting yelled at by the managers and all that. And I can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna leave right now. Mental health. I mean, I can, but I'm gonna get fired. Yeah. If I do that shit.
But see, then that's when you get the people saying, oh, well, you don't have 1,000,001 cameras watching you pack those orders. You feel me?
But so 1,000,000 cameras or one camera. Like, I've left jobs just because of, like, every day it was like I have to talk myself into just going into this. Like, it's like it's stressful and it's harmful. So it doesn't matter, but it's like.
Yeah, and like us, like we might not have as much as the luxury to like, all right, I can fucking quit this job. I can't show up today, and I'm straight. Like Naomi, she probably has. I mean, I'm not pocket watching. I don't know how much tennis players get paid. But I'm sure they get paid handsomely. Yeah. And so she's allowed to pay a fine. Like Rodgers, he didn't go to OTAs. He missed out on $500K. He has the luxury to be like, $500K. I fucking spend that shit on my night bill.
Like if you no call, no show, and they be like, oh, we got to take $100 out your check. I bet you show up every day. Yeah. Because you can't afford. Well, I can just afford to throw that $100 away. Like, you can't.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a great line. Like, hopefully, if she is going through it, hopefully she finds her way.
No, yeah, we pray for all mental health.
Good. I think it's not to shit on her. It's just I'm more shitting not on her, on the whole everyone who uses mental health as a scapegoat. Not saying she is, but like,
there's people that abuse
that do. And I guess since she is the topic, it seems like I'm shitting on her since this is what's bringing it forward for me saying it. But yeah,
I get where you're coming from. You have nothing against Naomi. It's the fact that
it's just so frequent.
You're starting to see signs. You feel that you're starting to see signs where this can become just a get out of jail free card for whatever's going down.
And there's like people that are literally going through depression.
Like there's like people really going through it out there.
So it'd be shitty for people.
Like I'm saying though, it's still that celebrities still do very much so. No, so it's like that's why it's such a
it's a gray area.
Because it's like I've seen so many people throw it out there and resurrect a career or get on it, and you never hear about it again until they fallen. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't pick and choose when to have mental health. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
But that's like, that's how mental health bouts go, though.
But there's times like
there are big ups and big downs.
Right, there's big ups and big downs. But when you go up, when you're
are you saying they should still
like
be
when you use it to go up?
Yeah,
like you be up here. And then as soon as you get to dipping, it's, oh, man, I couldn't handle the pressure and this, that, and the other.
You know what? Now that you said that, and this isn't to bash him, but I have heard people kind of go on Pete Davidson about that. Because they say that he speaks about, like, how he struggled with mental health and then drug abuse and stuff like that. But then he doesn't quit the drugs, and then he makes jokes about them and stuff like that. And it's like, are you really going through something, or are you just saying that for the sake of sympathy
like him, like you remember when Future said, "Oh, I don't actually do drugs, I just rap about it."
Yeah, he had stopped. I think he said like whatever album had come out, I think he said he had stopped doing those drugs like 4 years before that album came out. But it's like that's all his fans want to hear. They want to hear about the promethazine and Percocets and all of that stuff. And he's not wrong. Yeah. So it's like the moment he starts actually saying, you know what, mental health is really important, they be like, all right, you got to go. Yeah. You feel me? So it's like.
He wasn't.
That wasn't what you.
Nah, that wasn't you.
It's weird, though, because it's like, and I guess it's, transition a little bit. Folks don't let celebrities grow. Like, they want them to grow on their time.
Eminem syndrome.
Yeah. Like, Eminem can't say, okay, I'm sober now. Let me rap about what I'm happy. Nah, nigga, we want you to rap about killing your wife again. Yeah. I'm not in that. I'm cool. I'm not in that mental space. Yeah. We want to hear about you killing your wife. Yeah. Like it's one of those things. Even Chance. This was happening to Chance. Yeah. Chance was he flat out said I was addicted to drugs and I was spiraling. I refound myself with God. My girl helped me get out of that slump. This is what I want to make music about. Niggas is like, bro, if you don't rap about acid, or get off the stage, we don't, or get on acid. Yeah, that's what. And it's
that's
like,
kind of that's fucked up. But like, see, telling that like a recovered drug addict
to get back on drugs. It's like you would never say that to your uncle. Yeah, like you would never say that to your family member. But because
even though it's taken in jokes,
and I mean, like that's the bad part.
But see, like that's what
because like a lot of times celebrities can't, and I'm not expecting them to, but like. Separate the crazy fans who will say some crazy shit like that, or like the fans that like genuinely just support them and like are their core base. So sometimes that gets intertwined.
So like when a true fan is like, Chance or whoever, this wasn't the move music wise. Oh, you just want me back on those drugs and spiral. It's like no, that's not what I'm saying. But if you've heard get back on drugs, your music sucks. Get back on drugs, your music sucks. Yeah. And the one person's like, Chance, this wasn't your best work. Oh, so you must want me to get back on drugs too. So it is
like a gray area.
It's very tough.
It's very tough to judge.
And it's magnified with social media. Because before, I assumed like the only way you heard about celebrities was on the magazine, on newspaper, maybe on TV. Yeah. Now it's like I pull out my phone, I can see where
who's trending.
I could literally check someone's Instagram stories and see, they're in Vegas right now. Yeah. They're at this casino, literally right fucking.
I've had people like go on Twitter like, what is so and so doing in Chicago? I'm like, first of all, how do you know he in Chicago? Like,
it's like the thing. Like, and I'm like I say, I'm a big advocate for the mental health. But it's like when you go on there and you post a picture, they bully you for it, and then you take it down. Yeah. But it's like then the celebrity, okay, they bullied you for it, then you take it down. Then you go back and make a post. I've been really struggling with my bio. Like, if you have mental health, why you keep letting us know? A lot of the people I know in mental health won't know they have it unless they tell you.
I think
it's like you want you bullied me, you bullied me, you bullied me. But all these other half-naked pictures, didn't nobody say nothing. But this one looked kind of bunk, and now you got mental health, and it's a problem. Yeah. Like, come on. Like.
Yeah, I can see where you get that. I think it's one or two reasons. I'll put it like this.
It's people.
It's some people that use it to be like, shame on you. You should. So, like, folks can, like, turn those comments and be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this to her because of what she suffers from. Also, there are the people who do it for the people that suffer with mental health who don't want to speak about it. So it's like, I'm all for people who struggle with mental health that are advocates for it, that speak out on it. But at the same time, it's like, there are folks who may end up trying to abuse it to always either get those like sympathy cards or to get, so it's like I said, mental health is so tricky and so volatile. I try to just, I take folks at their word, and then if I see like more behavior where it's like
where you're moving funny.
Yeah, where you start, then it's like, even, and then at the end of the day, nigga, you a celebrity. You don't care what I gotta say. Yeah. You don't affect my paycheck, whatever.
I think it's just because if we know the people that we know that deal with it, and you be like, damn, they going through it. And then you see this person 363 days out of the year living life happy, and then 2 days where you dropped a bad album and it's I'm gonna kill myself, I'm the end of the world. Yeah,
like with Ronda Rousey. Remember when she lost and
she got knocked out, like, she was depressed, and then now
she's a big shit talker. Yeah. And she would always win. She would talk mad shit on the losers, and then she lost once, and she was like, everyone's killing me. I almost killed myself after this loss. Like I couldn't sleep for like a week and shit. I can see you're competitive and all that, but don't be the biggest shit talker in the world, and then like come cry about it.
That's one thing I give Conor McGregor.
I don't know if you keep up with like the comedian Donald Rawlings.
Yeah.
Or at least I know from what Charlemagne says that he's like the most sensitive comedian.
Really?
Yeah, he says like he'll shit on you all day, but if you say one thing about it, it like sticks to him, and he'll like bring it up, and he'll be pissed.
Really?
And he like a month or 2 months ago, he walked out of the show. It was like a roasting show, and he was roasting the contestants because he was the judge. And one of the contestants roasted him back and made fun of him because he wears this Dave Chappelle chain with like the C on it. And he made fun of him for it. And he got up and Donald just walked out of the show. He didn't come back. Wow. And there was still like 30, 40 minutes left to the show. And he was one of the judges. So it's like you can't.
I mean, as an
go ahead. Finish. No. I mean, like I said, you can't don't do onto others what you don't want done onto yourself.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
I was just gonna say, as a professional shit talker, it's like I talk a lot of shit. I've made people cry. I've fucked people up, and I apologize for it. But I can't be like, oh man, you bald and want to fight. You see what I'm saying? There's certain things I gotta take. There's certain things that I won't take because I don't like. If I don't joke about family and friends, then you can't bring mine in. Yeah. I don't cross that line. I ain't gonna talk about your weight, your mental health, none of that. What I go on you is just me joking, but I have to be able to take that same heat.
Yeah.
I can't, well, you bald and blah, blah. I got to take, you walk funny. I got to take that. I got to take that. Because it's like, I didn't made this dude cry before. And it's like, I can't be super sensitive. So it's like, you build up a tolerance, but you also got to know what you're doing out here.
Speaking of that, actually, Joe Budden recently had super professional trash talker, Katt Williams, who
the king of shit talking.
The king of trash talking.
I wouldn't say the king, but he's up there.
He's definitely, especially in his heyday.
He's a great shit. He made that one radio chick. Cry.
He was like
he killed her.
He was like
he talked about it.
I never heard about her since.
So so Joe Budden had him on his podcast to speak about the cancel culture, and I'm actually played the clip and like just kind of talk.
Can we play the clip?
Oh, probably not because it's Joe Budden.
Okay, yeah. So
essentially,
best Katt Williams impression.
Yeah. So, anyway. So essentially, Joe Budden asked Katt because of Katt's past as like a super using the F word, the R word, all of that stuff in his comedy, which was acceptable at the time. He was like,
what R word? Can you say that?
No, I cannot.
What F word are we talking about?
He was saying, how does he feel about this quote unquote cancel culture? And Katt Williams basically said He basically said comedians need to find a way to be more funny. If you can't be funny to the masses without offending this super finite small group of people, then you're not truly funny. He was like, if they're asking you to stop saying the R word because it's offending somebody who's on the spectrum or somebody who's this, that, and the third, you can't find no other word for that.
Yeah.
Or when it comes with the F word and using certain slurs like that, he was like, you're basically at the behest of your audience. If your audience as a mass is saying, okay, you're funny, this, that, and the third, but you're going out of your way to make fun of this specific group of people to be funny, you're not funny. Right. And that's
give all your jokes relate around that. It's like, all right.
And folks was not expecting that from Katt Williams. And I wanted to see because he basically said, you can't be canceled if you adapt. He was like, a lot of these people don't want to adapt because you can say what you want. Even Dave Chappelle has adapted. He may have said like, I can't believe I can't say this word anymore. Yeah. But overall, in his swole Dave Chappelle,
he calls them alphabet people now.
He's not going in as much as he did when he was skinny.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see you guys' opinion on his basically his opinion of cancel culture and him basically calling out comedians saying y'all need to up y'all funny up if y'all can't deal with this. What do y'all think?
No, I agree. You could still be kind of on the edge without crossing the line.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite comedians right now is Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
And he is a massive shit talker, and he does teeter around those like
he teeter for sure.
The races. He comes off borderline racist sometimes, but he's not like he just attacks black folk. He attacks Latinos. He attacks Pakistani. He attacks white people. He attacks like Jews. So it's like everybody
people.
Yes. Everybody gets a turn,
Yeah.
And then like same thing. He'll attack like straight people. He'll attack everybody. So it's like free reign, and so or like Family Guy, where like some shit does come off as racist.
Yeah.
But then you're like they shit on everybody, or South Park shits on everybody. So it's like, all right, you get to slide with that. So you can adjust and adapt to that. Now there are people like I mean, I don't watch much of his shit, but like Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people have almost canceled him or tried to remove him because he's still doing the same
bits
using
the N-word and stuff
10, 15 years ago. And you can't do that, but you also got to let people room to grow So like, don't bring up some shit from 10 years ago and be like,
Yeah.
oh, you said this shit. Like, if I said something about mental health earlier, don't bring it up 10 years from now where we have different thoughts and opinions. Be like, oh, 10 years ago, remember you said?
In
I'll
the
be like,
comments,
"Alright,
somebody tried to bring up like the stuff he used to say in his old segments. It's like his old Pimpin' Chronicles was what, almost 15 years ago? He's not allowed to have a change in thought?
Yeah, if like God rest his soul, if Bernie Mac was still alive,
I'm sure he would have adapted.
He would have adapted, one, and two, you're not gonna bring up his milk and cookies bit.
Yeah.
That was 20 plus, almost 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's like you see how different a person is from 13 to 18.
Yeah.
Like that was a bad, and then from 18 to 25, like you have to let somebody grow. Like you're not, like we were talking about the Eminem syndrome. When he was young and reckless, it was like, okay, that was then. Like I don't expect that from M now, because then it's like you didn't even grow as a person.
Like you almost 50.
Like you just, like you're almost 50 and you're still fucking around and just doing this. Like you have to grow. And with like Louis C.K., it's like you hit that lane what in 2000s, 2005, and it's like, okay, it was funny then. It might still be funny now, but you can't say that anymore.
And like maybe Andrew Schultz wasn't the best example because he is kind of quote unquote newer, at least that mainstream. Yeah. But right now you brought back up Louis C.K. like Bill Burr. Yeah. He adapted. Yeah. He'll still make jokes, but now he doesn't use those words as much, at least or at all that I've heard recently.
To my knowledge, I don't think he does.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it would have blown up or anywhere. Yeah. And like
especially
so he's adapted and he's like switched the jokes now. Now he shits more almost on himself. To where it's like, all right, I'm shitting on myself. You can't say shit then.
He analyzes he analyzes his white privilege. And basically calls out other white folks.
Yeah, so he adjusted from what he was doing. Chris Rock adjusts. Yeah. Very well.
He had to.
So I mean, everybody, Dave Chappelle, like you look at from the Chappelle show to where he's at now, you're almost like the Chappelle show's so childish. I mean, it still holds up and it's a great show, but it's like I don't expect him to still be doing that. Yeah. At like almost 50. Like I don't expect Martin to be Shanae right now. Yeah. Like I don't. I would like. I hate that.
Definitely not. Shanae.
Or Jerome. You can't do that no more.
Or I don't expect like Chris Rock doing. Remember he used to do the how not to get beat up by cops. Yeah. I don't expect them to release that right now. Nah. You know. So it's like.
I mean, you have to change with the times. Like back then. The like, LGBTQ2, they were like under wraps. They couldn't say nothing without
being persecution for saying stuff.
You see what I'm saying? So they had to take a lot of that. Like now that their voice is being heard and they're more prominent, you got to watch it. Like the people on the spectrum. Yeah. Like everybody made fun of them back in the day, but it's like now we have a voice. You got to listen to it. We don't feel that way. Little people, black people, Mexicans, everybody. Yeah. Like everybody was racist in the 80s.
And like we learned more. Like back then, if you didn't have Down syndrome or something like that,
or have somebody like that in your
family. If it wasn't visible, like who knew?
Then we didn't know. Like with autism, we didn't know what the fuck that was.
And people didn't know how broad autism was. Yeah. Like it's full blown actors who have autism.
Yeah. So, or like Asperger's. And all that
Elon Musk got Asperger's, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So to end it with one of G Baby's favorite rappers' quotes. We're going to end it with, if you like my old shit, buy my old albums. Shout out to Jay-Z.
Yikes. And on that note, past my bedtime, go to sleep.
But yeah, so I was just really curious because it shows, if Katt Williams, not that I'm saying he's an immature person, but for somebody who's like top of the top content was that type of stuff, for him to be like, y'all niggas still can't grow up. For him to be one of the ones to say that, it's
for me to go and find 13-year-old kids.
Yeah, so
whoa,
it's like yeah, y'all should be able to grow up. But from one comedian to another, Auntie Monique went on Instagram basically bashing people, bashing women. She was saying that she was at the airport getting ready to go to one of her shows or whatever, and she saw a plethora of African American women in pajamas, bonnets, scarves, blankets, and how dare y'all? Y'all are not queens. Y'all are queens in training.
Hold on. First things first, Monique. All them women in there paid installments to get on this airplane. So we can dress however the hell we want.
But all seriousness though, how do y'all feel about, none of us are black women, so we can't speak on what black women do, but we here to give an opinion. I personally don't be caring when black women go out in bonnets because it's like I go
either.
out in my do-rag a lot. I be in my do-rag
It's called the quick run outfit.
Literally, I'm not going to go somewhere important. All right, go to the gas station.
Yeah.
Let me go.
I'm in slides. I'm in shorts.
Yes.
When you throw the red slides with the purple shorts and the green shirt, yeah, I'm finna go get some gas and a bag of chips.
And
like
some black socks. You ready to head out. And because I was listening to a few black women and comedians, especially some comedians, they were saying, they was like, girl, we on the plane.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody, this isn't the 80s where you have to dress up in suits.
You're going to be sleeping on the plane.
I'm knocked out.
Comfortable.
I got a neck pillow, some pants. Like,
yes. Be my Sunday's best.
Folks be out here trying to be comfortable.
What? Steve Harvey.
Yeah, so like I'm trying to figure out like the big
Steve
dumb
Harvey suit.
Lori Lightfoot.
What the hell?
see now I'm old school. This is how we was dressing. But yeah, man, I don't get it. It's like, why bash people for going out and what they're comfortable in? We're at an airport. I'm not out here to impress nobody.
It's one of those things like we just said. You gotta adjust with the times. Cause I do have like I can't speak on it on the black women's approach or black approach in general, but I
can't speak on the black women or the black people. You know what? Blacks, I do not relate at all.
So I'm gonna bring this to the Latinos.
Okay.
Like my auntie, she goes nowhere without being done up. And anyway,
I have aunts like that.
She's like 42, I think, somewhere around there. There's a saying in Spanish. You guys can translate it. I'll translate it for you.
Just say it.
It says primero muerta que or I forgot. I fucked it up.
Wow.
I fucked
Shots
it up.
fired at you, no Sabo kids.
No, I fucked it up. I just completely forgot the fucking saying.
Put him on the spot and he just choked.
Well, there's a damn saying. While I look it up, but I'm gonna continue talking.
I just think like he was like I was saying, like you need to just be comfortable whether you white, black, Hispanic, whatever.
You know what's funny though?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, I found it.
Go ahead.
The saying is primero muerta que sencilla. So I'd rather be caught dead than be looking bummy.
Ah, okay. I get that.
So that was their saying. They would always get done up to go to the store, mainly
because be your last outfit.
There's a husband now.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
You could find a guy well off.
I've actually heard that. I've heard that.
But girls nowadays, they're more independent. They don't give a fuck.
It's like the dudes don't care either. If you're really trying to impress, if a dude can tell if you cute.
Yeah.
You in some jogging pants, a tank top, or whatever. They can find out.
We could tell you're really cute if you're bummy, like Drake said, chilling with no makeup on, and you find. Imagine how you look when you done up.
If you actually decide to get done, so it's like.
Yeah.
What thing I saw somebody says that a lot of this, not to get super deep, but a lot of this is rooted in like some form of like anti-blackness and somewhat like racism because of like basically white people's ideals of what a good-looking black woman is supposed to look. And so like their grandmothers was like, oh well, when you go out, you got to look like this and look like that. So it's just getting passed down generation to generation. So now. You don't think, oh, I'm not. So like, when we decide to go somewhere, we just in like a tank. Boy, what you doing with just a tank top on? You feel me? So it's stuff like that. So you can only imagine what it's like for a black woman who literally. Her whole heritage has been people telling her, you got to look like this. You got to look like this. How dare you go out like that?
You got to be respectable.
Why your toes out?
Why you showing
like
your
that.
bra strap?
So,
all that. Why you showing your ankles?
Bro,
all this crazy
in high school, they couldn't show their shoulders.
Yeah,
we had a whole running bit in high school about how sexual
the shorts
shoulders
have to be
like
below your
below the knee. Like
it
was something crazy like that.
So it's like had to be
can't show your belly button.
Yeah, so it's a
God forbid.
It's a whole bunch going on, and it's like sad to say with Monique. I don't think she meant no harm by it.
No,
but all she was doing,
she was looking at it and the old school
perspective.
If this was the '90s or if this
early
was the 2000s, everybody would have been like,
you know what? Yeah.
I'm tired of Juvenile back that ass up, and then be clapping.
So she. Like I said,
it's just with her. Every time she
like
opens her mouth.
You remember that one
Tyler
Tyler Perry movie?
I'll address that. Go ahead.
The Tyler Perry movie where the cookout one. Mm-hmm. It's probably every Tyler Perry movie.
Medea's Family Reunion.
Yeah, where the chicks are in booty shorts. They're walking across the elderly.
And the uncles was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then the aunties was like, "How dare you on this land?
Yeah.
This is the gyrating on this land."
So it's like one of the things. Like she's more old school, but you do have to adjust with the times. You can still think that way. Just know when you're gonna speak, we're more new school or more liberal. You could say
these young kids.
You're gonna get
care.
attacked.
They don't care.
They don't care
but
about the old
like
heads.
you was saying was like Monique got and I'm glad she kind of won her case against Netflix and everything, but she got to realize, like, you just getting back in.
Yeah.
Like, folks was really trying to paint you as a crazy black woman for the longest time. And, folks kind of, they held their ground, was like, all right, nah, Monique ain't just out here just tweaking. And then you pop up, hey, my babies, you young queens going out. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
Plus, like,
don't bite the hand.
from what I saw, like you the bonnets are to protect your hair. Mm-hmm. You just spent $200 on your hair. Shit, that's my girl. I'm buying her all the bonnets.
Put a bonnet on the bonnet.
$200 for this shit?
Yeah, for real.
You gotta make sure that shit lasts you at least the vacation.
And like I said,
at least you get there.
Like, bro, like literally, like 9 times out of 10, you're not going from the airport to the most important place. You're going airport, hotel. You got about an hour to get yourself together. Get some food. I'm not trying.
And then you go into the club. You go into the reunion, whatever you flew out to do.
Like, come on now. It's like I said, this isn't the 1970s where everybody was in these polyester suits with a suitcase on the plane.
This ain't Malcolm X when he's rocking with the fancy suit at the beginning. He's still red.
Ain't nobody doing that. But that's just my opinion. It's like, ladies, do what makes you feel comfortable. Because in my opinion, there hasn't been many moments where I've seen people just out and I've been uncomfortable with what they're wearing. One, because I don't care that much, and two, because it's like, it ain't none of my business.
It's not.
Whatever you got
like
going on under there.
If you don't like what he's wearing, look what I'm doing.
Turn away.
I turned away for the people who only your audio only. That's all. Turn away.
My money's still good. The cash don't turn me away because I'm in a do-rag up at.
Right. My money's still green.
Money's still green, just like yours.
I mean, you make the comments like, "Damn, it's cold. Why you still wearing shorts?" You be like, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah. You know especially like I said, like it's just the bonnet. It's like it's not the great. It's some PJs. Well, one thing it'd be like if she was doing something obscene, like when Lizzo went like booty cheeks flapping.
That was kind of wild.
To courtside Laker. Then all right, we could shit on her, or we could just be like, all right, be more. There's kids around, all that. But if you're in PJs and a bonnet, who's that affecting? They see their moms every day like that.
Maybe people walking through there in bikinis
like that.
Like they those people have plans to go straight from the plane to the beach.
Yeah,
they're not even putting their luggages out.
They got no luggage.
They got goals. They're like, no, I'm here to swim.
They got a phone, a credit card, and an ID. That's about all the luggage they need.
And 15 cents to their name. But yeah. So what? So do what makes y'all comfortable. At the end of the day, do what makes y'all comfortable. What else we got on the docket, boss man?
We can talk about helping the bear.
Helping the bear. So for those who didn't see, there was a video that went viral about this 17-year-old girl. I don't know out of where, but somewhere where it was hot. And in bear country, a mama bear, and I want to say she had at least 2 cubs, had hopped or were on the fence, and she had a bunch of dogs that were all barking at it. And the mama bear was defending his cubs and swinging at the dog. And the little 17-year-old girl ran out, pushed the bear down, and picked all her dogs up. Just pushed the bear over the fence. The bear looked up, was like,
hell yeah,
really? This is what we doing, and scurried on off. And they asked her after it went viral. She was like, I didn't even know it was a bear. I just saw it was an animal. I feel like she didn't though. I feel like that's one of those things.
Nah, that's crazy. You know a bear.
You know a bear.
Well, that was big as shit.
To live out there though, you should know what a bear looks like.
That was bigger than her.
That was a beast.
That was a mama bear. That was a mama bear.
I would just.
She was fucking huge.
To start this topic off, I would go on and say, them dogs would have just been dead. Cause I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing no.
You at the crossroads. You won't be lonely.
You won't be lonely. All dogs go to heaven.
That's true.
As I'm locking that door, hey, get off them damn dogs. We better get the hell away from them.
Can somebody else besides me help my bear? Help them dogs against this bear? Cause I'm not pushing no bear. I'm
help
sorry.
The bear.
Zoo would have pushed the bear.
I would have pushed the bear.
Zoo would have kicked the bear.
I would have liked to think I would push the bear.
Zoo would have tried. Whole time, Zoo would have tried to adopt the bear. He would have tried to adopt the bear and the cubs. We have home for you. You guys don't need to fight anymore.
You don't have to do that.
I would have stopped like one of them Looney Tunes cartoons where the whole earth moves in between. Hold on.
Is that a bear?
That's a bear.
So Zoo, go on to explain why you would fight so hard for your puppies and your
I love my
snake.
dog. I have a tattoo of my dog on my arm.
Yes, he does. If you guys have the visual, you guys can see.
And if you fight that bear, you'll be losing that arm.
You'll lose that arm.
I would like to think I would stand up for my dog. I mean, I would.
You gonna stand up and lay down.
Because I was actually, well, it wasn't a bear, but That's true.
Stand up alien. That's gonna be your last stand.
That's how I go out. That's how I go out.
Hey, to each his own, man.
To each his own. I'm not.
Destiny is not set.
I'm not dying over no dog. I'm sorry.
Well, like in my yard,
this is not
I
Am
have
Legend.
Hey, and to each his own. You can't blame him for that. Because
shoot,
if it was a loved one, I'm running in there.
A loved one.
I mean, and niggas
my
love
dogs are my
dogs.
loved
That can
ones.
walk on 2 feet.
Nah, they're my loved ones.
I had a dog I would have fought some possums with.
I would have thrown something maybe from a distance. Hey! Get away from that dog.
Where I stay at, there's a lot of hawks. And so
Really?
yeah, so
Your puppy gonna get snatched up.
Yeah, the smallest one, it's like a little Yorkie Chihuahua. So whenever I see a hawk, I like dart for him and I pick him up, and I'm like,
stiff arm.
yeah,
Heisman.
yeah, bro. And so it's like I'm doing everything. So I would like to think I would do like when Blue got skunked. I searched near and dear for that skunk. I could not find it.
So you was gonna take down the skunk?
I was gonna take down the skunk. I was hurt. My dog,
for an eye.
because my dog, literally, my dog went blind for like a solid like hour.
For
so.
real?
Yeah, because he got sprayed directly in the face.
God dang.
He couldn't see. For
That's these dogs. They too nosy. Mind your business.
my dog is really very. Nosy.
My girl dog is
not learn.
nosy. Mind your business.
When he got skunked, I was like, all right, hopefully it teaches him a lesson. It did not teach him shit. He learned not one thing.
Don't your dog be trying to square up with the deer over there
Yeah,
too?
with the deer that we always see. He's always trying to get him.
Man, look, if that was me, like, all right, they're going to pop you in the head. You're going to learn something then.
We got a bunch of skunks and possums around here. Rest in peace, my dog. But man, she did not help at all. I got cornered outside the alley one time. It was like 4 possums. And I was coming home from work. I was, hey, I was in the car for like 30 minutes. They wouldn't let me
They
out.
not moving.
They was just,
Them possums just know that they own the joint.
Yeah.
I was just, hey, Sasha. And she was, no.
I'm good. Did you feed me enough to fight for this?
Although my dog did cure our because we did have possums, but he killed one of them. So
he sent a message.
Tell your friends.
We haven't seen a possum
Tell
since
your
then.
friends about me.
We have not seen a possum since
Walking
then.
around with the possum around his neck.
He put it on like a
He
pelt.
did work. He put in work.
That's my
should.
thing. I've never been, and I don't have anything against animals per se, but I know you were wondering. You was like, what is it with black people and pets?
And I'm not saying all.
No, it's definitely
But
not all.
I have seen like the majority, like with this bear thing. I did see a stream of comments of people like, "Well, I guess my dog's dead.
My
I
dog
guess I
is
get a new
dead.
dog."
Gotta
I
get
was
a
like,
new
"You don't get a
dog."
new dog. It's like getting a new kid." I didn't say that.
So dogs
mean,
aren't replaceable?
No, they're not.
Why are they not replaceable?
Because like I really want another dog, but I don't want to go through that pain again. So like I understand losing an animal, and I'm not. If I have the tools to combat the bear, I will. But I don't trust the fisticuffs enough to just run. And that's just not me as a fighter. But I know
That was one brave little 17-year-old
she was
white
brave
girl.
as
like,
hell.
She was tiny, and that bear was massive.
It was
That was
one
a
swipe,
big-
and that
and
whole
it-
backyard
mind you, it was a
gone.
mother bear,
Yeah.
and they will like
Hey.
maul you to death for their babies.
17-year-old girl. The Packers are looking for a linebacker.
They say
we
you
are
have
looking
to
for a
be.
linebacker.
They say you have to be at least 300 yards away from a bear at all times in order to get away.
They move that fast.
They're
fast.
that fast, and you can't jump in the water, and you can't climb a tree.
They can
'Cause they
swim
can
and
swim,
they
they
can
can
climb.
climb.
God dang. You better
hop in that helicopter quick.
But yeah, when it comes to me, okay, so my biggest thing with me and pets, one, I wasn't allowed pets when I was younger. So it's like I already had like somewhat of a distance between me and pets. I didn't really have nothing
Release the
against
trauma,
them.
Rico.
I
Release
have
the trauma.
I have no trauma for pets, but my biggest disdain for pets, I'm gonna be real, it's white people. White people are one of the main reasons I don't like pets because of the whole licking them on the lips and laying in the bed and eating out the bowl. And
I've never done that with my dog.
You're not white.
I lay on the bed. My dog sleeps with me.
No, my dog couldn't get on my bed.
See, that's the minority. That's the minority.
That's the 40% Spaniard in me. That's
Man,
the,
that dog would accidentally lick my face. Hey, you better quit that shit.
yeah.
I had to check my girl dog one time. He like tried to hop on me when I was sitting on the couch. I'm like, B, get your dog.
Damn.
Get your dog. I don't play. She know I don't play with dogs. And I told her, I'm like, if we get married, you get one other dog. So you better space them hoes out. When this one die, I don't know if you want to do a 5-year gap. If you want to just get another one, I'm like, you figure it out.
Damn.
I can't do a bunch of pets because you got to think, dogs. They as much joy as they bring, they also ruin a lot of stuff.
I'm
No,
a
they're
germaphobe, man.
There's no 5-second rule when you have a dog in the house.
Oh,
That
no,
food,
they'll eat it.
No, not even that. The food drops to the floor. You pick it back up. It got an afro. There's no 5-second rule with a dog.
It depends on what dog.
They hop all on everything. Then
They
they randomly decide they just want to piss inside.
No, my dog doesn't do
my
that.
girl
They're trained
dog,
properly. They don't.
My
do
girl dog. I don't know who trained it. So this is before
What kind of dog is it?
It's mixed with a pit. It's something with a pit. I want to say a shepherd. That I could ask her. Maybe if she answered.
I would go.
If she answered before the pod is over, I'll let you know.
But I would say that's bad training.
Maybe, I don't know, cause I've been there when the dog like just randomly pissed on something. I'm like, see,
after
this is
your dog,
why we're not getting another dog.
After your dog is trained, the only times they should piss in the house is one. Well, they shouldn't first off, but the only time they should is one if they're sick, and like you didn't know they were sick, so you this is your signal to like, oh, okay, I'm taking to the vet. Or two, yeah, like maybe some dogs get anxiety with thunderstorms. Yeah. So maybe he doesn't want to piss outside because it's thundering or lightning and all that good shit. So they do piss inside.
I don't remember what happened, but I remember all I heard was shh. I'm like, is he pissing?
Yeah, it's not a vibe.
And she looked. I'm like, see, and then you want to hug up on all that dog thinking it's okay. Yeah. No, it's not okay.
No, yeah, my dog sleeps with me, but then it does stem, like you said, how you grow up.
Yeah.
Because when my mom in Mexico, she had at one point in time she had a total of 9 dogs.
That Mama Zoo, okay.
Yeah, that's Mama Zoo. That's where the zoo comes from.
Mama Zoo, all right.
She had a point. She had 9 dogs. And there were the family that would, my grandparents would always rescue dogs when my mom and my aunt were little. They were the family that the neighborhood vet would contact them like, hey, we have this dog that got dropped off. The owners didn't want him. Do you guys want him? And they would always take him in and like nurse him back. Yeah, so we grew up like that.
Oh, so another reason.
It does stem with how you grow up.
Another reason I don't really mess with pets like that, it's also part of white people. The whole Michael Vick situation. F them dogs. I don't care about no, this man. No, screw that.
If only that white girl was there to defend them dogs.
Whatever, maybe he would have, man's lost 7 years of his career because some white people was upset about some dogs. You know what? I take that back. I'll take that back slightly.
Can't say fuck the dogs.
Dog fighting is fucked up.
No, that is. But my biggest, I guess, this thing, it wasn't for the initial thing. That is messed up. All jokes aside, that is messed up. My biggest issue was white people acting like they had let Hitler back into the league. Yeah. After he served his years. I was upset with that.
That is annoying. Like, all right, he did his bid. All right, he's cool. He's clean. Maybe you're looking at him sideways. Don't let him around dogs anymore. That's about it. But if it continues, then all right, it's a problem. But if he's good now, like he has been, then all right, you straight. It's been what 15 years now.
It's been a minute.
Because that was when I was a kid.
How many manslaughters have they let go on the Dallas Cowboys? Yeah, but like I said, I'm never, in my opinion. Now I know you are dogs over people. A lot of people are dogs over people. Animals over people in general. I am
dogs over children.
I don't.
As far as I go.
I don't mess
if you guys
want
to listen to my Harambe take,
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well.
But I'm never gonna put a animal's life over a human's unless like obviously the human is like some type of monster.
I would.
But the way that they treated Michael Vick after he served his bid,
I
was so pissed. I'm like, bro. What else can he do for y'all? He can't do nothing else.
He can't bring the dogs back, but he already did.
Like, God, dog, he's not about to lose another 7 years.
I understand that. Like, after you did your bid.
So that was my thing.
Cool.
I'll take back the joke, not F the dogs, whatever. But at the same time, the way he was treated post serving his full sentence, mind you, he did all them years because white folks love dogs more than they love black people, and he did some white people. You know what I'm talking about. He served his sentence, and all of a sudden, how can you let that monster back in the league? Come on now. Yeah. Like that was my thing. But that's my animal rant. What's your take on Harambe? Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
I thought we were gonna gloss over that.
No, go ahead. You brought it up. So you already canceled. You might as well just complete it.
My Harambe take was gorillas are coming endangered. And there's plenty of children out in this world. Some would say too many children out in this world.
Wow.
Some say the world is overpopulated by humans. So if there's a couple of stacks, there's like 3. I'll Google it right now. How many gorillas?
While he Googles that, his opinions and facts are not based.
They do not reflect the Friendly Fire podcast.
They are because they clean that.
Only around 1,000 silverback gorillas left in the world. There are 7 billion people in the world. One kid is not going to affect 1,000 gorillas. I would have saved said gorilla. That gorilla could have produced at least another 5 gorillas.
Which is why I say that. So when I say dogs are replaceable, now that's the issue because dogs can just reproduce 8 more dogs if it come down to it.
Nah, but the sentimental value. But the gorilla
should still be alive. I'm not sure.
But I'm not pricing Harambe's life over that little black baby. No. Like,
yeah, no.
Now, mind you,
it's not because it's a black baby. It would have been a white bababy, a Latino baby, my baby.
I have nothing. You
gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm not
you know. You gotta preserve. And on that note,
okay.
Go ahead. I'll let it breathe. I'll let the joke breathe.
Oh,
that was really a joke.
That was good one. I didn't see that one coming. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let us know how you really feel, Zoo.
On the animal take, the southern white rhinoceros is now officially extinct.
I saw that. That was
I mean, that's the poachers and stuff, right?
You shouldn't kill for gain.
Yeah,
it's only for survival.
Which, ironically, it's white people's fault too. Everything falls back to one.
It just falls back. That pyramid, it always comes to. It's not really a pyramid. It's like a circle.
It's a circle.
It's like shit happens because of white people, and white people cause shit to happen.
And then they be the same people. Oh, we gotta protect the so and so. Tell your cousin to stop going over there to hunt. How many millionaires and business owners do that? Be taking pictures with the
elephant tusk,
a giraffe head. Like, look at what I just shot. Why did you just shoot that? What do you even gain from that? It's different when it's like deer because first they overpopulate the area, so you gotta darn near kill them all.
There was a deer in that habitat with that gorilla. Gotta let the deer die.
I mean, yeah,
because
that's nature.
That's nature.
Yeah.
But like when you going out of your way to go find a rhinoceros that's minding its own business for ivory or just to say that you shot one, it would be different if one is hunting you. It would be different
for survival.
It would be different if you even did like kind of like how the Native Americans use everything within whatever animal that they kill. Yeah. You just I'm gonna shoot it, take a picture, and just leave it there for the vultures.
Just cut off the tusk and leave it.
And even when they don't kill them, they have them all fucked up out here without the tusk. Yeah. Sharks don't got their teeth and shit.
They be like, oh yeah, so they can't harm any humans. Why are humans in their space?
Yeah,
leave these niggas alone. They're not bothering nobody. That's the one thing I will say about the whole animal thing is because that's really I don't want to say childish, but it kind of is because it's like you really going out of your way to bully some people, some folks, some things that aren't bothering nobody.
Yeah. Like that joke I've seen, like when they're like, "Oh, it's shark infested waters." It's like it's the fucking ocean. Where else are they gonna go?
Everything's infested.
Everything is infested. Like, oh, this is a human infested land. Humans live here. What do you expect?
Like, it's a funny story. Like when I think it was either Pablo Escobar or El Chapo, where he had owned these 2 big dumbass hippopotamuses.
Oh, it was Escobar.
They got loose or something.
They got loose and they multiplied and they like pretty much run this village now. Like people can't come out their house because it's like an army of.
That's the only reason there's hippos in Colombia. Because they're not native, they're from Africa. But since the temperatures are the same,
they can
survive. When he brought the hippos out, they just
popped. Yeah, and so like they run villages. And shit
now there's hippos in Colombia, even though
you gotta time yourself.
Like legit, they're like they run shit. Like they come through and just will do whatever the fuck they want.
Whatever
like,
hippos do.
Won't kill them.
It was this one dude. I mean, because it's like y'all folks be thinking they really be knowing these animals, and it's like realistically, unless you didn't like chopped everything off like that would give it the attitude to attack or whatever, you don't know when these hippos can do whatever. This one dude trained the hippo for like 6 years and then they ended up drowning him. It dragged him into the ocean and drowned him. So it's like you don't know these animals. They said that hippopotamus can, I don't remember how fast, they said it move fast in the water.
Yeah.
And like the amount of strength it has in its bite can like
can bite a car in half. Here.
It's like y'all don't be knowing these animals. And like when people like, cause we talked about Katt Williams when he made that joke about them niggas climbing in the what was it, the tiger or the lion, and they got mauled. What did you think was gonna happen when you went in their space? They already not in Africa or wherever they belong.
They're already stressed because they are in the limited
space.
And
now you are somebody that's unfamiliar to them because a lot of times even when like the trainers come in, a lot of times the
trainers get attacked and shit.
Yeah, they be having to lock the animals
with
up.
The orcas and shit. They get attacked.
Smash them up against the side of the pool. Yeah. I think when I was in high school, some lady got smashed against the side of the pool by an orca. I don't know if he was panicking or what. But it's like, y'all don't know these animals. Stop acting. The only people that know the animal is the crocodile hunter family. They're the only ones. And one got caught off guard and they ain't never got caught off again. Yeah. You ain't never heard about nobody kept getting into no other scraps with animals. They figured it out. Those are the only people that should be touching animals at this point.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, leave everybody else, just stop.
Yeah.
Y'all don't belong nowhere near these animals.
Yeah.
If you're not part of the crocodile hunter family, leave these niggas alone. That's how I feel. Because y'all just, Lord have mercy. Like y'all don't know these animals, bro. This is nature. You can't, it's unpredictable. Like, niggas don't even get in the weather right half the time. You mean to tell me you gonna understand a wild animal that you just came across?
Yeah.
The weather's so easy to do, my ass. It might rain today.
Some random percentage, 30%.
It's a 36% chance it's gonna rain, and if it rains, I was right. And if it doesn't, it's a
was
low
still
percentage.
right,
It was 70%. It wasn't, so I was still right.
Yeah, so like, leave these animals y'all understand alone. Yeah. Like when I be seeing possums, I like you. I stay in my car.
You got it, Chief.
Just shoot.
The geese when they hold up traffic. I was late to work one day because it was like 20 of them just crossing that street.
And you can't hit them because they protected. I'm like, these niggas multiply all the time. They not endangered no more. They just a bunch of geese and then
every pond.
They walk around like they know that they protected.
Yeah.
They take their time crossing traffic.
They'll
run up on you. I remember I was leaving high school. I was walking home from I think practice one time, and one of them looked at me, came at me with his wings up. I'm like, let me go back inside. I want no smoke.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kick him right in the face.
I thought about it, but shit, that mug came. I'm like, nope.
When you're fighting an animal, you automatically know you're gonna automatically get scratched or bit. Yeah. So once you get that out your head, then you know you can hang with this.
Unless it's the bear.
Unless
it's the bear, because then I'm just gonna grab something and beat the shit out of him. Try to at least.
Sacrifice the puppy. Distraction.
Goodbye. While I lock this door. Hold on until reinforcements come. Paw Patrol, get here quick.
Paw Patrol.
I don't want no beef with no animals or nothing like that. But speaking of beef, actually,
what's beef?
I'm not gonna answer what's beef. We think we know what beef is.
But G Baby, for those who have been paying attention, you guys may know that G Baby is a savant in the classical rap issues, beefs, records. What was a hit? What isn't a hit? As y'all saw, he put Ghostface Killer on his Mount Rushmore. So that should just tell you how much hip hop he has absorbed in his 25 years.
Best producers, RZA.
It's probably Dre then.
So, G Baby, explain to us, as we close, explain to us your mind state when you look at rap beefs in regards to whose side you be taking.
So back then, I always just picked the side because that's kind of how it was. I grew up in a predominantly Tupac household, so I didn't hear Biggie until I was a grown-ass man. Wasn't planning on hearing Biggie ever, but people was like, man, give it a try. It ain't the best.
And they heard Gimme the Loot and open up his eyes.
And I was, that's it. That's the hype.
Okay.
This ain't Ghostface. But,
okay.
But that was pretty much, for a while, my take was just picking sides in beef, which is, I do admit that I missed out on a whole lot of music. A lot of, just off the strength of, oh man, fuck him.
He missed up on Ja Rule's whole catalog.
I missed out on Ja Rule's whole catalog.
Before we get to Ja, I want you to explain how you went from Tupac to Nas, because Tupac dissed Nas. He was dissing Big, Jay-Z, Nas, the whole New York syndicate.
Yeah. Nas was one of the first ones I forgave.
Why?
Because when he dissed him, it was like a weird time because Pac had just got shot. Yeah. And then Nas had a song where he was like, what's it called? It's called Street Dreams. When he was like, oh man, I got hit like 2 or 3 times in the leg. I'm bleeding. And he was like, man, you just trying to copy me to get sales. That's where that beef came from.
Okay.
It wasn't like.
So maybe forgave him when he stopped that concert.
Because then he was like, they ran into each other, and he was like, nah. Like right before he passed, he was like, yo, I didn't mean nothing like that. This, that, and nothing. They squashed it because on Pac's Machiavelli album, there's a Nas diss on there. But they had squashed the beef before, but he let him know. He was like, hey, the album dropped, and then I died before I could probably take this shit off. Yeah. So he was like, that's why I forgave Nas.
Okay. So then how did you go from, so how did that lead to you becoming a fan of Nas and then taking his side in the Nas and Jay-Z?
Because Nas was just dope. Nas just...
Okay, so you just enjoyed his music.
Like, I love Nas. Okay. And that's why when it was like, when I found out the Tupac, I was like, I was kind of torn, but like that, like Pac and Nas, they cool in my book. Yeah. Biggie, you can't, because he was scared to drop Pac's name. I don't care what nobody said.
The whole Who Shot You?
He was dropping his whole, not even the Who Shot You, because there's the rumor that wasn't about him or it was done before. Yeah. But in the Notorious Thugs, in his verse, he says, so-called beef, you know who. What you scared of, Biggie? What you scared of? Drop his name. He didn't drop your wife's name. He didn't drop your click name. What you scared of?
It was the rhyming
He was
scheme.
trying to scare you.
It was the rhyming
He was
scheme.
trying to squash you. He was trying to squash the beat.
No.
It was a so-called beef.
You saw the Notorious movie. He didn't want to beef.
He didn't want to beef, man.
That movie.
Diddy told him not to beef.
Man, because he couldn't. He knew.
Which is the biggest lie. I feel like Diddy was the last person telling Biggie not to beef.
I don't know that because apparently Diddy wanted Big out the streets.
Diddy was the one that put the contract on Tupac's head.
You think so?
Yep, it was proven. The dude, Keefy D, he was like, he gave us $500,000 for Tupac head, and we gave us $500,000 for Suge Knight head.
Well, it's so wild. It's like that music led talk. Like it show you how powerful words really are. Because it's like at the end of the day, it's like you can say, "Oh, I effed your mama," and it's like, "Oh, nigga, these are words."
But
then it's like, "No, I'm going to shoot you."
But then it was so true too, because it's like a lot of stories, and it's just like, man, this nigga Biggie ain't never came out and denied none of it.
Did you hear about
with the Faith Evans one and shit?
She didn't deny it until
there's something trending on Twitter. I was wondering how the segue was going to go into this, but there's
Kings.
There's something trending on Twitter. There's a picture of I actually retweeted. So if you guys actually look on my Twitter, god dang, my Twitter, you'll see the picture. It's Brandy and Ray J. So they were saying that Faith Evans said that nothing happened. Snoop Dogg's cousin was running around the record studio that day. 15 years old. Just peeking into rooms and seeing what he could see.
Being a 15-year-old.
He said that he saw Faith Evans on Tupac's lap. Hit 'Em Up came out a little bit after that. So the cousin was Ray J.
And they got a song together that's a bop.
And a lot of people said that, because everybody was like, oh, there's no way that Faith Evans would have did that. Then when she married Stevie J, niggas was like, yeah, she definitely smashed Tupac.
Because he said all of that. And from when him and Biggie died, she ain't brought it back up until this Ray J stuff.
Yeah.
And then she was, oh yeah, that never happened. And Tupac, you waited damn near 30 years for you to be like, that happened.
Everything ties back to Ray J some way, somehow. That nigga is connected.
He's the king of beefs.
But yeah,
he has an indoor pool. He got an outdoor pool. Indoor basketball court, outdoor basketball
And he got them unbreakable glasses.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Ray J ain't never been, I don't think Ray J has lied about a single thing that, he's on some like, I was the first to do that on some Soulja Boy type stuff. Like, he has receipts of stuff. So, I don't know. None of my business, but.
Who'd you take in that Ray J Fat beef?
I did not pay attention to Ray J.
I didn't pay attention. But all I know is that Ray J spoke, like, very hard. Like, I got X, Y, and Z that can do this, that, and the third to you, so you may want to stop.
Yeah.
And Fab ain't said nothing about him since, so.
Hey, if you're related to Snoop Dogg, you're famous. One of, the current best female wrestlers is Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
If you part of the Dog Pound, you straight.
Old girl from Grownish, she's Nas's cousin.
Yara Shahidi?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that?
That's
wow.
Nas's cousin.
Wow.
Makes sense.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
But okay, so we were talking about
the beef.
Yeah. So with Nas and Jay-Z, how did you end up still taking more? So first of all, explain for those who may not know. Explain why there was a beef, my friend.
What's beef?
So the thing with Nas and Jay was like the King of New York thing. Was like who's gonna take over after Biggie, pretty much.
And it was supposed to just be kind of handed to Jay-Z.
It was Nas was in the running because he had Illmatic, probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest hip hop album of all time. Then he had It Was Written. Then his third album wasn't that solid. And then next album wasn't hitting like that. I mean, they were still good albums.
This beef didn't start to his fourth album?
I mean, it was like in the air because it was a lot of people who's King of New York. But Jay had put the stretch together.
Yeah.
Then it was like X came and then it was like, it was kind of XJ or Nas, and then it was like, okay, it's Jay. Then he would take the shot. Everybody was taking shots at Nas, like Cameron was. They was talking about they was like leaving used condom in his baby seat and things like that. Yeah, they was going hard at Nas, and then Jay-Z dropped the mid over, whatever you want to call it.
What's the title of the song?
The Takeover.
The Takeover. Okay.
The Takeover, and he was dropping some bombs. He was getting Nas' ass up out of there, but then Nas came with Ether.
Yeah, bro.
And destroyed his career.
But a lot of people say
that's the asterisk by his name.
A lot of people say this. Nas overreacted. He dedicated an entire song when he only got like 4 bars. You feel me?
It don't matter.
No, I'm not.
And there was already Jay-Z hate from Tupac.
I'm not picking a side. I'm not picking a side. I'm just saying people have said that like Nas kind of like threw a tantrum because like you dedicate a whole song when he only gave you, a quick jab. and you like, oh, I'm gonna sneak you now. Like,
nah. You put out Takeover. You don't. If you're not gonna go full on warfare, then you don't go. Machiavelli said, "Niggas told me not to go to war unless I got my money right. I got my money right, and I'm going war."
Okay.
And that's what. And there was a lot of hate from Jay-Z still left from Tupac. Jay-Z's always had a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. But unless
the Tupac situation.
Yeah, just because off the strength of that, and then it was like I chose Nas.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did all that just for 50 Cent to drop How to Rob and ruin everybody's career.
So we spoken about so
to this day, like my favorite 2 Jay-Z albums are the Reasonable Doubt and probably 444. I haven't really heard nothing else in between.
Blueprint.
And then you want to talk about Uchiwali or One Mic. Nigga, you got that trash ass. What I know what boys want.
Oh, that
boys
is the best
want. Like, all right, nigga, shut up. Shut up. Don't ever say nothing about Uchiwali. Because that beat was ridiculous.
Beat is ridiculous, bro. Oh, my goodness.
You know what? Now I'm back, man. I don't like no Jay-Z albums. Fuck dude.
All right, so on the last beef we want to talk about, the whole Ja Rule and 50 thing. Explain it and then explain whose side you took and why.
What's beef?
Because I had heard Eminem first. Like, Eminem's my dude. I fucked with Eminem. Then I heard 50. Then I heard who 50 and M was bashing. Then I just automatically was like, oh, that dude automatically sucks. So I was like, yeah,
that's fair. I think that's low-key how most people kind of like.
Yeah, we all heard like Toy Soldiers and were like, fuck Ja Rule.
Because Ja Rule, like, for 50 Cent to beef at him, he did the exact same shit as Ja Rule. He was, oh man, you singing and doing all these pop records, and what the fuck did 50 Cent do?
The pop
the exact same thing.
I got one question.
That's the greatest R&B song of all time.
He did Magic Stick with Lil' Kim.
Yeah, like, bro, what are you talking about? You stole this man's career.
He realized it was profitable.
Yeah. and then Ja Rule made some questionable life decisions that just added more fuel to this fire.
Yeah, so.
What fucked up Ja was that Murder Inc. wasn't Shady Records.
Yeah.
Well, it was an Aftermath.
Yeah,
because when 50 got Dre on this side and M on this side, and Ja Rule got
ammo.
Jennifer Lopez and Ashanti on one side, it's like, all right, who's gonna win this beef?
That was not the right crew to go up against.
Yeah, for sure.
Then they had the game. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah, 50 had all G-Unit.
Yeah, that was just tough. That
50 versus
that was Dre taking a side, and I didn't pick a side in that one because I liked the game and I liked 50. But Game had the better career.
But see, I think Dre took who was more profitable at the time, and
obviously because you could sell more with 50.
Yeah, 50 was by far.
Yeah, musically the better career was Game all around.
Because Game don't make bad music.
Nah,
like he just corny.
He just
makes
corny.
It affects people's opinion on.
And
his music.
It's not like all his songs are corny. It's the single that he decides to release is usually corny.
Honestly, that's a lot of the flack that Kanye was starting to get when he started acting out. People was like, okay, he corny and whatnot, and then like he'll drop something and people be like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to that because it's something he's doing outside of music. Yeah. And then people like will finally listen to it.
Then
like,
you're at the club and you hear that beat.
It was a good song.
And you're like, who made that beat?
Yeah, but it's like it was a good song, but it's like Kanye kind of tripping right now.
Remember at the height of Kanye, like everyone shitting on him, and he did that when he was like in Africa and he was making that beat on that piano, and everybody everybody forgave him after that. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people forgave him after they heard that.
Black folks was
everybody
like,
was like,
it was split down the middle. Black folks was like,
I guess he's all right.
They was like, and then someone was like, it's too easy.
I remember you made that skit.
That was when I made the black delegation meeting about Kanye. Yeah. Cause that beat,
if you haven't seen that skit, check it out.
It's an old one, but a good one. That's one of my favorite ones, honestly, because it was so true. Cause I'm looking on Twitter like live, and people are like, "Oh, Kanye back because he used a gospel sample," and some people was like, "Y'all forgive for the slightest things." Yeah. It's the same reason why people be forgiving like white folks, like Dan Rue. He got caught saying nigga to one of the Peter Piper.
Oh, that's Dan Rue.
The skinny white boy that was doing the dancing. Yeah.
He's white.
He's white. A lot of people thought he was like either light skin or ambiguous. He is a white man. But people was like,
that changes everything.
It does. But like he got caught.
He's not as funny as
I guess like his black friends was calling him cracker or something. And so somebody was recording him and he was ranting talking about, oh, you guys keep calling me cracker, but I can't call you the N-word. He's like, well, go ahead and say it then. He was like, nigga. And then he like walked away and then people was like, so ain't nobody gonna like swing on bro.
And they were just shocked, bro. They were probably like, "Damn, you really said it."
Yeah, and then he came on with an apology, and people was like, "All right, whatever, bro. Like whatever." And then he ended up on Wildin' Out, and then like that kind of fell through after like a season, and then he just got back on Instagram doing his dancing.
Because he's not that funny. He's just
dancing, and then it's like it was because of Nick.
Because he was the funny one.
He was the funny one. He was like acting it out, and so like it was stuff that was like they was retweeting like his dancing and all of that stuff. And it was like, oh man, I needed this for 2021. It's brightening my day. And then niggas would retweet it, be like, it's so easy for y'all. All the white person gotta do is be able to dance and have a little bit of rhythm. It's a cookout invitation where they forgive him for all their sins. Yeah. The bar is so low. It's so low. So we gotta have more standards for ourselves, man. But that's just that. You know how people get. Yeah. People are so fickle. It's always a what have you done for me lately type of thing, and it works both ways. So it's like even if you did something really like jacked up, if you do something really cool, it's like, oh well, you weren't that bad.
If you give it enough time to breathe,
allow people to grow. I mean, like we just said, you gotta allow people to grow and be forgiven.
It's like you be like, oh damn, he said this, and then like 3 weeks later, you be like, damn, I forgot he said that last week.
Now he's dancing there. Everybody, he's not like black. Everybody, like he's not black. He's not black. No, he is not.
Like with the Gina Rodriguez chick, she's back on TV.
I haven't seen. I blocked her from my whole mental scape. Anyway, I told my girl probably been sneaking watching the rest of Jane the Virgin. I'm on you. You think you're slick.
Hey, shout out to your girl. She's funny. That one comment.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That shit had me dead.
Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, man, it's just one of those things where it's like, before we close, I want to ask y'all that when it comes to people's standards and the whole forgiveness thing, is there a threshold where it's like, I don't want to say unforgiving, but it's like, for my own health and safety, I'll forgive you, but I'm not gonna like allow myself to continue to consume your whatever, your product or whatever you put out. Should there be like a threshold where it's like, nah, bro, like, nah, or should it always be we gotta let people be able to grow type of thing? What do y'all think?
Depends on the offense.
Okay.
Obviously, if it's like rape, murder, child, like pornography, shit like that. Yeah. Then you out of here.
Also, 25 and up, man. I mean, depending on the career as well. Like, what point do you stop being? Oh, that's a childish mistake.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Like definitely, like at 25 and up, like your mistake shouldn't be that detrimental.
That's a decision.
Yeah, that's a decision.
That's a choice.
It's different when everybody's dropped the N-word in their youth and just around,
I could never.
You definitely can.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to give that, like, okay, he said it as a minor. Everybody was young and dumb, but when you doing it again at 30, you like, all right, it's not. You know what you're doing now.
Yeah. Because that's always been my biggest thing. It's like when it's like people pick and choose when it's to allow people to grow or y'all so easily to forgive type of deal.
It depends on who the person is.
With the whole Dan Rue situation, it's like you around a bunch of black folks. You a full grown adult and was like, I'm okay with saying this. So okay.
After they challenge you to say it.
Like, okay, you made your bed. You gotta lay in that. But when it comes to people getting into situations like, people who were about that life, and then maybe they had fighting with demons, struggling with stuff when they was younger, like you said, probably before 25. Because by 25, it gets to a point where it's like you're either gonna be stuck in your ways, or you're gonna make a change. Yeah. And you can't keep saying mistakes, because I hate when people like say certain decisions are mistakes. No, you made a choice, and you have to pay for the consequences. Yeah. It wasn't a mistake; it was a bad decision. Yeah. Call it what it is. Don't call everything a mistake. But I think people are so like back and forth with in between. Oh, we should forgive, or we too quick to forgive. So I've always been curious of what like you guys is ideals.
It could be like a base by base.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it can be a universal thing.
Yeah, and it depends on situation. Depends who it is. Mm-hmm. If it's someone who's done a lot for the community, like let's say LeBron, like he's making schools, all that, and he fucked up with the whole China thing. Yeah. Or whatever thing. All right, you're LeBron. I'm not gonna cancel you.
They definitely overreacted with that.
Yeah, bigger than China.
In my opinion, shut up. They overreacted with that because it's like everything this man do in America, you expect him to always just be completely knowledgeable about what's going on overseas. Yeah. Like he's worried about what's going on in his backyard, like his people. Like you want to be aware. It's always good to be aware and to know what's going on around the world because like he's a global icon. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like he's not gonna be as well versed as a CNN reporter whose job is to know every single thing. Right. Yeah. You feel me? So it's like you also got to know who you talking to. Yeah. If somebody say something ignorant, it could just be ignorance. Like they just don't know like what's going on.
I've said a lot of ignorant things, and then
from like a lack of knowledge.
From just like a lack of knowledge and understanding. Like I mean, you feel how you feel about people and whatever. But that was as a youth. Like now, I think different. I know different. I know right from wrong. Yeah. It's like you can't judge somebody on what they said at 8 and 9. You know how many? Yeah. What people say, like little kids, it's like you gotta allow somebody to mature.
Yeah.
It's just when you keep cause like I said last episode, clout is a dangerous drug. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't just, I can drop the N-word and get millions and millions of views. You can't just do that.
I am here to apologize for those who I may have offended with my behavior and the use of the N-word.
And you're reading off the teleprompter.
Because it's like in one of them Transformers movies, and Optimus Prime's making this deep speech, and you get all into it, and he dropped the N-bomb. I'm tired of these niggas. Then I'm going to let it slide.
These damn Decepticons. God damn it.
I'm going to let him slide. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking Megatron.
These Decepticons are out here just acting up. I am sick of it.
But now I'm not letting Mark Wahlberg get away with that. But you know,
Shia LaBeouf say it.
No, Shia LaBeouf.
But I think Shia LaBeouf is like a true ally, though. I feel like he wouldn't even want to.
But he's a great actor. But like people need to just chill, because that last movie he was in wasn't the world's greatest film. But I like Shia LaBeouf.
Love Shia.
But sometimes I think he overhyped himself. Shout out to Holes. We're gonna get a Holes poster.
Yeah, one day. We'll get the Holes. But yeah, so I was just curious on that because y'all know how Twitter is. Twitter is so
I mean,
it also depends.
There's a think piece on everything.
Yeah, but it also and then it depends on who you're following, because it's like you may have a bunch of followers who like somebody who says, oh, well, how dare y'all forgive them? Then you have one that says, you guys need to let people grow up. Yeah. And then it's like, it gets to a point where it's like, you may need to just get off of social media for a while if you still ain't grown up yet. Because the issue becomes when you get these celebrities and these people who have been in the limelight since they were 16, whatever, you're going to get those dumb things. You're going to get those goofy moments.
Like with Justin Bieber saying, harmonizing the N-words.
Yeah, and then it's like, he was smart because he dropped the video himself. Like, this is I think somebody tried to blackmail him. He like, I'm Justin Bieber. Let me just nip this in the bud. This is something I said. This is something I shouldn't have said. Here's my apology. Here's the video.
And now I got a feature with Martin Luther King Jr.
I'm on the track.
So, I think it's definitely a case-by-case basis. I just wish, and it's never going to happen, but I wish social media was more consistent. Yeah. With are you forgiving this person or not? Like what are we doing? Like, because it's like they'll go viral. The same video will go viral for two different reasons. It'll go viral on this hand because, oh, this is great. He's doing this for the community. It'll go on this hand. Oh, remember when he did this in 2005? Yeah. It's like, all right. Like, so, but to your own discretion, what you guys decide to do, who y'all decide to be and to forgive. Let us know what's the threshold for forgiveness for you guys when it comes to celebrities.
If you're going to be an asshole 365, 24/7. Don't turn it off and turn it off. Be who you're going to be. Yeah. Like, don't be one way with one person. When you meet me, I'm the same, whether it's with Rico, whether it's with my brother, but I'm 100%
a bully.
Me. A bully. A professional shit talker.
But yeah,
this man plays 2K in broadcast
2K
mode.
And broadcast.
I will not be shamed.
Real quick, before I was going to close
real quick. How do you watch a basketball game?
We not watching
You watch a basketball game in broadcast.
Yeah, but
you don't know none of the angles. There's no angles in broadcast mode.
Because you got to find the angles. That's a basketball IQ.
Psychopath you.
You got to play the back. And I play with no fatigue and game speed 85. Now what?
I'm cool with no fatigue.
Game speed 85?
That's fine by me.
Oh, yeah. People be doing too fast.
In 2K mode though, not in no broadcast mode.
I got to play at your house because we play over here. We playing in broadcast. I don't care. I'm not finna get.
That's why we haven't played over here in 2 years because
they was getting done. How do you do this?
I'm saying I'm running out of bounds. I'm like, how do you even play like this?
Because that's how I watch the game. I don't watch it from over Kobe's shoulder. Ooh. No, I watch it from the TV. So that's how I see it being played.
Oh, man. Dario, you are a criminal for teaching your little brother to play like this. I just want you to know that. But I hope you guys are having a great day. We thank y'all for tuning in.
One last thing.
What's up? What I missed?
We're trending on Twitter for them 3 seconds you went to turn the ring cam on. Views been skyrocketing, so we might have to change it up.
So we shut up. But we thank y'all for tuning in per usual. If you guys have any art, as you guys can see, we are increasing the poster wall. We got
Kane and O-Dog.
We got. So we slowly getting so. Like I said, we're gonna cycle things in and out. If you guys want to have any of your art, any of your music, put on the podcast, you guys can email us at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Once again, friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. On the music side, you can just send us the MP3. If we like it, we're going to put it at the end of the podcast. You just let us know what you guys want us to tell about yourself and about you. We're going to announce that, then we're going to post it at the end.
And it doesn't have to be a song. If you sell like
if
clothing,
it's like an ad,
if you sell bracelets, we can put an ad. You can make your own ad. We could do that.
Yeah, like we just trying to support people. We not.
You want more Instagram followers? Shit, we'll put your Instagram.
Yeah, we not bullshit.
You gotta share our shit though.
Oh yeah, it's
favor for a favor.
That's the only give and take situation. Yeah. You share our stuff, we gonna share all of your stuff. That's the only quote unquote give and take. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah. And keep it up. Don't just share it and delete it.
Yeah, like
you gotta get the exposure.
We see that. But yeah, we thank y'all for tuning in. If you guys have any questions you guys want us to answer, you can always DM us at friendly_fire on IG. Once again, friendly_fire. You can also comment on the Apple Podcast or comment on the YouTube comments. I actually got a question from one of our listeners for the bonus episode that we will be shooting about the Paul versus Mayweather fight.
We are doing
it. Oh, yeah.
We are doing it. So this is how we're going to do it, just to let you guys know. We're already going long, so who cares? This is how we're going to do it. We're going to do a pre-fight recording where we talk about the fight. Then we just talk about, touch on sports in general because, the fight, we can only talk about so much for the fight. Yeah. So we'll talk about the fight, sports in general. We're going to pause, watch the fight, come back as soon as the fight is over with an immediate reaction. And instead of Thursday like usual, the episode is going to drop on a Tuesday. Yeah. So you're going to get back-to-back episodes from your boys. This is dropping Monday at 9 a.m. The other one will drop Tuesday at 9 a.m. Okay, you'll get the video for the main episode, audio per usual for the bonus. If you guys decide y'all want a visual episode for the bonus episode, let us know. We'll start doing it. I guess it's a lot of editing, but I'll do it because I love y'all.
Die for the pod.
Die for the pod. Who cares about my mental health?
Yeah. Nobody. And apparently not Raul.
Apparently not. Zoo got on me one time. He was like, all you do is upload the videos. Why is it taking so long? I'm like, I'm trying. I am doing my best. But per usual, we thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. I'm your boy Rico, my little big cousin G-Baby, Raul the Zookeeper, Friendly Fire. Be blessed.
See ya.